Hi, I'm Michael Butter. I'm the author of From Panem to the Pandemic, an Introduction to Cultural Studies. And in this series of videos, I provide answers to not all, but most of the study questions that you can find at the end of each chapter. I will keep these answers rather brief, so I'm not going to be too extensive. I'm not going to show you slides. I'm not going to show you clips. It will mostly be me talking. Only in this very first video, you will see a kind of graphic representation. And that's because I set you a very specific task for the very first question. And that task was, please visualize the relationship between the two systems of representation, the reference and the code as Hall describes it. In other words, create a model. Well, this is what this model looks like when I show it to my students in the lecture on which the book is based. All models are simplifications, I said in the book, and this model is no exception, because you only find the elements that really matter represented here visually. We have the referent, in our example, the real pig out there in the world. We have the concept, that is the mental representation of a pig in our brain. And as I said, nobody knows what it looks like. So I picked this stylized version of a pig in order to render this visually. And thirdly, we have the sign that is used to refer to the concept and to the referent, the word pig, either a combination of sounds or a combination of letters. And the arrows between these three elements indicate that they are all related to each other and that one usually evokes the other. You see the pig out there in the real world and you think of the word, and you also, of course, think of the concept. Note that the arrow between the sign and the concept, between the word and the mental representation, is rendered in a different color. And that is because here the code comes into play. Because this relationship is completely arbitrary. There is no reason why the word pig should be used to refer to this type of animal, to this specific concept. It could be any other word, any other combination of sounds. So this has just not been decided by anybody. It just emerged, and the only way that we know to put these things together is by way of the code. We know the code, that means we know the language, that knows we have access to the culture, and this is what enables us to meaningfully communicate in this language and within that culture.